Hello and welcome to the world of EDC. My name's Jeff, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at some of the knives that I've purchased since the kind of glaring gap in content coming your guys' way. I know videos have been slow and whatever else. Most of you probably know the personal things that I've had going on, and it's just taken me a while to get the momentum going. Let's go ahead and get into the knives that I've purchased in the time since I haven't been posting. Obviously, right in the middle there is my bug out, which has been on the channel several times and has pretty much been played out on YouTube. I mean, to the nth degree, but I did end up getting the Blade HQ exclusive blackout bailout or bug out. Try figuring that out. It's the bug out in blackout Blade HQ exclusive. Man, that's a real tough thing to get your mind wrapped around. So everything that you'd come to expect from a bug out, I had to have one. Just I'm partial to the knife. It's just really an awesome EDC, and that's what I'm all about, is EDC. So I absolutely had to have one. One of the more interesting buys that I felt like I had to make for myself is I looked at my collection as a whole, and I realized that I do enjoy Tantos, and I only have one, and it's kind of like a cheapo. If you go back and check out my full collection when I first started the channel, you'll see it in there. It's a Tac Force, just a little cheapo knife that I kind of bought as a gag just to kind of see if it was worth its while and whatever else. It ended up being a flop, but this knife, the Cold Steel Code 4 and S35 VN, man, I have to tell you, I've been carrying this knife for in conjunction with the Elementum. As you know, I carry multiple knives since I got it, and man, I love it. I seem to go after it as a, my preferred choice a lot, and it's not been put to any super extreme hard use yet, but it's absolutely a joy. I'm actually debating on whether or not I'm going to get the other two versions of it. I like this knife so much that I do kind of want the clip point and the spear point, so that I have all three of the versions that I know of. Those are the ones that I've seen. Maybe there are others out there, but those all seem to be really good options. And for the price, I mean, for right around $80, give or take $5 in either direction is what I've seen most of them for. You're getting, for the most part, the S35 VN. There's another steel that they're using, and I can't think of it off the top of my head, but is just as good of steel from what I understand. It's one that I don't have much experience with other than the S35. I do have a little bit of experience with, and I love it. For the price, it's just unbelievable. It just feels so good in hand. It's really good lockup. The only thing that I don't like about it is the same thing that a lot of other people have mentioned, is that the Triad lock is kind of a little gritty and a little bit harder to disengage. Not hard, but it's more difficult than what you would come to expect off of most back locks, even though this is what they call a Triad lock. And don't ask me how to explain what that does or what the difference is. I don't know. I just know that that's what they call it. And then the last one that I purchased since my hiatus is the Spyderco Sage 5 in carbon fiber. Everyone's well, not the last one. I do need to talk about the Elementum, but everyone's said what a great knife this is, and I really did like what I saw from it. As I'm trying to throw it all over the place, trying to be fancy, but it just hasn't really done a whole lot for me. I'm trying to debate whether or not trying to figure out whether or not I'm going to keep this knife or not. And it's not very often that I buy a knife thinking I'm really going to love that knife, and don't end up liking it and want to sell it or get rid of it. I'm leaning towards getting rid of it, even though I have this addiction, like a lot of you probably understand, that I get emotionally attached to knives, and so it's hard for me to sell them. But this one just doesn't seem to be doing it for me. I think it's the action. I can't quite say that it's 100% the action, but I would expect the action to be better with the compression lock, and it's just not quite what I would expect. Like my PM2 and my Par 3 with in the lightweight, they both have really, not exceptional, but really good actions, and this one just doesn't doesn't do it for me in the action department. I think that's what it is. The blade shape, in-hand, ergonomics, all that stuff is really good, and I'm not saying that I don't recommend it for someone out there. I'm sure that, you know, I'm the exception to the rule because everyone else seems to really enjoy this knife. I just really think that it's the action that I don't like. And then that brings me to the Elementum. This one has seen a little bit of camera time because I just posted the first impressions of this knife. But it's really good as well. I really do recommend it and all that. So that's the knives that I'm not going to get too in detail on the Elementum because I've already posted my first impressions. You guys can go check that video out. But I really do enjoy, for the most part, these three. Still trying to be persuaded by the Sage 5. We'll see what happens. So yeah, but those are the purchases that I've made since you know, my hiatus and not posting as frequently as normal. Not as many knives as I would have liked to have purchased in the time that I've been away, but the wedding is getting ever closer, and so anytime I spend even a little bit of money, it kind of hurts because I have such a big event coming up. So with all that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know your guys' thoughts on any of these knives or anything else you feel so inclined. Please like the video if you did enjoy. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.